Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman reviews flood relief operations in Kodagu in Karnataka, assures all support to the flood-ravaged district. Jharkhand High Court rejects bail plea of RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav in the fodder scam, orders him to surrender by the 30th of this month. Supreme Court turns down pleas seeking cancellation of elections to over 20,000 uncontested local body seats in West Bengal. Security forces gunned down one terrorist in Anantnag district in Jammu and Kashmir. Operation continues. And in Asian Games, men's doubles pair of Rohan Bopanna and Divid Sharan clinches gold. In tennis, Indian rowing team also bags gold. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has assured all help from the Defence Ministry for the flood and landslide-ravaged parts of Kodagu in Karnataka. Speaking to media persons in Madikeri today, she said Indian Defence Forces will extend all assistance in the relief measures, including those concerning infrastructure development. She said once the Central Assessment Team evaluates the loss, the government will decide about the package.
Once the assessment team comes from the centre to evaluate the actual loss, post that the state government can also present its own assessment. I think central government's relief and rehabilitation package would be after that.
The Defence Minister reached Kodagu early in the day today and interacted with the Deputy Commissioner of the district along with other senior officials on the rescue and relief operations. She also visited a few relief camps and spoke to the people taking refuge there. The district in charge Minister Sara Mahesh and Member of Parliament Pratap Simha were present on the occasion. They have requested the Defence Minister to send more funds from the National Disaster Response Fund. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said his government wants to set up a medical college and hospital in every district of the country. Mr. Modi said his government also plans to set up 1.5 lakh wellness centres under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. The Prime Minister said these wellness centres will cater to 6 lakh villages. He said one centre will be built every 10 to 12 kilometres to offer the best healthcare services to the rural population. Mr. Modi was addressing a public meeting after inaugurating a 300-bed Gujarat Medical and Education Research Society hospital at Junagadh in Gujarat yesterday. Speaking about Ayushman Bharat scheme, which envisages medical insurance of 5 lakh rupees to 10 crore families, Mr. Modi said it will give a boost to private sector investment in the healthcare sector in rural areas. The Prime Minister said the central government has also started Jan Aushadhi stores, an initiative which is reducing prices of medicines. Addressing the convocation at Gujarat Forensic Sciences University, Mr. Modi asked experts to adopt modern techniques like DNA profiling in rape cases to ensure speedy justice. The Prime Minister said the central government had approved the DNA Technology Use and Application Regulation Bill 2018 in view of the importance of DNA technology in forensic investigation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in India and abroad in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio this Sunday. It will be the 47th episode of the monthly radio program. It will be broadcast on the entire network of All India Radio and Doordarshan. The program will also be streamed on the YouTube channels of the Prime Minister's Office, Information and Broadcasting Ministry, AIR and DD News. It will be simultaneously broadcast on AIR's website www.allindiaradio.gov.in. AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. The regional language versions will also be repeated at 8 p.m. in the evening. The Jharkhand High Court today cancelled the interim bail of RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav and has directed him to surrender before the 30th of this month. Mr. Prasad is currently on interim bail and undergoing treatment. Our Ranchi correspondent reports that Lalu Prasad's application for regular bail came up for hearing today at the Court of Justice Aparesh Kumar, where both sides put their arguments. Accepting the prosecution argument that Mr. Prasad's illness is not life-threatening, Justice Aparesh Kumar rejected the prayer for bail and asked Mr. Lalu Prasad to surrender before the 30th of this month. Our Ranchi correspondent reports that RJD chief Lalu Prasad is serving sentences in 4 different cases of fodder scams. Speaking to our Ranchi correspondent, Lalu Prasad's lawyer Prabhat Kumar said that he is not going to appeal in the Supreme Court against this order of rejection of bail application by the Jharkhand High Court. The Supreme Court today turned down the pleas seeking cancellation of elections to over 20,000 uncontested local body seats in West Bengal. A bench comprising Chief Justice Deepak Mishra and Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and D.Y. Chandrachud, however, allowed those obstructed from filing nomination papers to challenge the polls by filing election petitions. The Apex Court was hearing pleas by parties like the CPIM and the BJP alleging that only candidates from the ruling All India Trinamool Congress were allowed to file nomination papers. The court held that the limitation period of 30 days for filing the election petitions would commence from the date of notification of Panchayat poll results. Elections were held in phases for 48,650 posts in Gram Panchayats, 825 posts in Zilla Parishads and 9,217 posts in Panchayat Samitis in West Bengal. It has been alleged that around 34% seats were uncontested. All these uncontested seats were won unopposed by candidates of the ruling Trinamool Congress. Opposition parties had alleged that their candidates were obstructed from filing nomination papers. In Jammu and Kashmir, an unidentified terrorist was killed during fierce gunfight between terrorists and joint security forces in a counter-terrorist operation in Anantnag district in South Kashmir. Security sources said 2 armed terrorists are still believed to be holed up in the house. The counter-terrorist operation is underway. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The vision of the Government of India is to enhance skills among youth in all the sectors. Around 5 lakh placements have been made under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana in Andhra Pradesh. The Skill India invests about 40 crores in giving training to 1 lakh service technicians under the Yojana. Here is a ground report.
Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation, under the aegis of Skill India program, has completed training programs for 180 social welfare, 132 tribal welfare schools, benefiting more than 1,35,000 students till March 2018. The number of beneficiaries in degree colleges throughout the state are more than 3,31,000, and almost 17,000 people have already been placed in various organizations. Dr. C. Venkateshwarulu, Chief General Manager, APSSDC, said that there is special focus on skill development training in various sectors like IT, pharma, tourism and hospitality courses.
We have identified 425 schools and we have added some more schools this year. For all these schools, we have been providing infrastructure like 40 computers, 40 laptops and UPS and other infrastructure.
One of the beneficiaries of SDI, Ms. Tulasamma, told that the LPG mechanic training helped to feed the family.
Uchita training. I was given training by Skill Development Institute, which has provided me everything free of cost. I have undergone training program on LPG mechanism, through which I learned so many things, including how to behave with customers and how to face problems arising out of gas cylinders and stoves.
During the last 2 years, SDI has trained over 2,452 unemployed rural youth in various short-term vocational trades as per their qualification. With Mahesh Srinivas from Visakhapatnam, Anuja Kumar, AIR News.
In Arunachal Pradesh, the ashes of late Atal Bihari Vajpayee were immersed in Lohit River today. Here is a report from our correspondent Rakesh Dole.
In Arunachal Pradesh, the ashes of former Prime Minister late Atal Bihari Vajpayee was immersed at the Holy Parsuram Kund in Lohit district today. The ashes were immersed by Arunachal State BJP President Tapir Gao and Deputy Chief Minister Chawna Men at the Kund in the river Lohit. Earlier yesterday, the Asthi Colors reached Itanagar and was kept at Dorji Khandu State Convention Hall for people to pay their last tribute. Governor B.D. Misra, Chief Minister Pema Khandu, representatives from all the political parties and people from all walks of life attended the condolence program. Rakesh Dole, AIR News, Itanagar.
The Unique Identification Authority of India, UIDAI, has announced a new measure that makes facial recognition mandatory for every authentication that requires Aadhaar. Talking to AIR this morning, UIDAI CEO Ajay Bhushan Pandey said facial recognition will come as an additional feature along with the regular authentication process that identifies an individual based on fingerprints or eye scans. Services that most commonly use Aadhaar authentication include issue of mobile SIM, banks, public distribution system, and office attendance at government offices. All India Radio and Sahitya Academy today signed a Memorandum of Understanding required for publication of various kinds of Sanskar Geet of Indian culture compiled by AIR. AIR has been working on the compilation of over 20,000 Sanskar Geet for the last 3 years. Sahitya Academy will do the publication work without any charge and give 10% royalty to AIR in return. The aim is to save and preserve the Indian cultural songs. Speaking about the mega project, ADG All India Radio Rajshekhar Vyas said the Sanskar Geet occupy special status in society as these are the identification of the culture of India. And now news from the 18th Asian Games.
In an incredible start to the 6th day of the 18th Asian Games, India bagged 2 gold and 3 bronze medals in Indonesia today. In tennis, the men's doubles pair of Rohan Bopanna and Divish Sharan clinched the gold, beating Kazakhstan's Alexander Bublik and Denis Yevseyev. The Indian duo defeated their opponent in a straight set 6-3, 6-4.
भारत ने एक और गोल्ड मेडल जीत लिया है। ये छठा गोल्ड है भारत की फहरिस्त का। रोहन बोपन्ना और दिविज शरण, क्या शानदार प्रदर्शन और बेहतरीन गोल्ड उन्होंने जीता मेंस डबल्स में।
In shooting, Hina Sidhu won the bronze in women's 10-meter air pistol event. India had 4 shooters in contention, but only Hina managed to clinch the medal, scoring 198.8 points.
Hina Sidhu.
In the morning, the rowing team comprising Dattu Bhokanal, Swan Singh, Om Prakash and Sukhmeet Singh won the first gold medal of the day in men's quadruple sculls. India bagged 2 bronze medals in the sport through Rohit Kumar and Bhagwan Singh in lightweight double sculls after Dushyant started the day with a 3rd place finish in lightweight single sculls. India with 23 medals overall, comprising 6 gold, 4 silver and 13 bronze. With Ritu Raj, Tripti Srivastav, Sports Desk.
Australian Treasurer Scott Morrison will become Australia's new Prime Minister after winning a Liberal Party leadership vote today. Mr. Morrison won an internal ballot 45-40 over former Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull did not contest the party ballot as he was under pressure from poor polling, a looming election and a revolt by Conservative MPs. Josh Frydenberg, the Environment and Energy Minister, was selected as Deputy Liberal leader. The Liberal Party is the senior partner in the ruling Conservative coalition that will face an election by May 2019. 2 days of talks between the US and Chinese negotiators to break the deadlock over trade ended without reaching any agreement. The US-China talks this week were the first since discussions in June remained inconclusive. White House spokeswoman Lindsay Walters said in a statement that the delegations exchanged views on how to achieve fairness, balance and reciprocity in the economic relationship. A Chinese Commerce Ministry statement said the talks were constructive and frank. It said the two sides would maintain contact. The dispute over China's high-tech industrial policy escalated yesterday as the Trump administration and Beijing imposed taxes on an additional $16 billion of each other's goods. At the stock markets, the Sensex fell 69 points to trade at 38,268 in afternoon trade a short while ago. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman reviews flood relief operations in Kodagu in Karnataka, assures all support to the flood-ravaged district. Jharkhand High Court rejects bail extension plea of RJD Chief Lalu Prasad Yadav in the fodder scam, orders him to surrender by the 30th of this month. Supreme Court turns down the pleas seeking cancellation of elections to over 20,000 uncontested local body seats in West Bengal. Security forces gunned down one terrorist in Anantnag district in Jammu and Kashmir. Operation continues. And in Asian Games, men's doubles pair of Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan clinches gold in tennis. Indian rowing team also bags gold. And with that, we end the midday news.